Imagine this. You tap a button on your smartphone and instead of a car, a whisper-quiet futuristic aircraft descends from the sky, ready to whisk you high above the traffic-choked city streets. Science fiction? Not anymore. This week in Hong Kong, GAC Group has shattered expectations by unveiling the GOVY AirCab, the world's first truly mass-produced unmanned flying car, now officially available for pre-order. Is this the long-awaited dawn of urban air mobility, or are we teetering on the edge of another high-tech mirage? Let's dive in. For more than a century, the dream of flying cars has fascinated inventors, city planners, and sci-fi fans alike. From the fabled sketches of early aviation pioneers in the early 1900s to the outlandish prototypes of the mid-20th century, humanity has yearned to rise above gridlocked roads. The original flying car concepts, like the Aerocar of the 1950s or Molt Taylor's design, never managed to take off, quite literally, due to technological limitations and regulatory barriers that seemed insurmountable. But the 21st century has brought a seismic shift. Advances in electric propulsion, lightweight carbon fiber composites, high-density batteries, and artificial intelligence have converged, turning what once seemed fantasy into functional prototypes and now real products. Over the past decade, a new breed of companies, including Joby Aviation, Volocopter, Lilium, EHang, and Archer Aviation, have been locked in a global race to define and dominate the eVTOL, or electric vertical takeoff and landing, market. And let's not forget the titans of tech and mobility. Even giants like Toyota, Hyundai, and Uber have invested heavily in this field, betting that the future of urban transport is up in the air. Industry forecasts are bullish. According to leading analysts, the global electric aircraft market is projected to soar to more than $36 billion by the year 2030, growing at a compound annual rate of over 17%. That's not just a number, it's a tidal wave of investment, research, and ambition. Cities around the world are starting to envision a future with less road congestion, ultra-fast commutes, and radically improved urban mobility. The sky, it seems, is no longer the limit. Enter GAC Group, making headlines in Hong Kong with an audacious debut. At the prestigious International Automobile and Supply Chain Expo, GAC showcased its GOVY AirCab, a sleek unmanned multi-rotor aerial vehicle, and opened the floodgates for pre-orders. Here are the headline specs. A price tag capped at just under 1.7 million yuan, significantly lower than many rivals. The AirCab's body is composed of more than 90% carbon fiber composite, keeping it both featherweight and resilient. Engineered with multiple layers of safety redundancy across its power, energy, flight control, and communication systems, the AirCab stands out for its commitment to reliability and safety. But the technology doesn't stop there. The AirCab features intelligent low-altitude obstacle avoidance, meaning it can sense and dodge everything from buildings to birds in real time. Rapid charging is another game changer. The AirCab can recharge in just 25 minutes, making quick turnarounds possible in urban environments where time is money. GAC claims the AirCab is ready for pilot operations in the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area later this year, with commercial deliveries slated to ramp up by the end of 2026. And GS isn't thinking small. Alongside the AirCab, the company unveiled the GOVY Airjet, designed for longer-range commutes of up to 200 kilometers, opening the door to regional connectivity, not just urban hops. They also rolled out their third-generation GoMate humanoid robot, which acted as an intelligent guide at their expo booth, and launched the new GAC Owner app, empowering users to remotely manage their vehicles and connect directly with the brand. GAC's Hong Kong action strategy includes building a sprawling network of super-fast charging stations, with a target of 300 stations across Hong Kong by 2028, and expanding customer service centers and showrooms. The company has already established one flagship center, 7 showrooms, and 2 after-sales service points since entering the Hong Kong market in January 2024, with more planned for the coming year. GAC's ambitions are underscored by a bold target. By the end of this decade, it aims for new energy vehicles, both battery electric and plug-in hybrid models, to comprise half of its total sales. This dual powertrain approach not only hedges bets against evolving consumer preferences and regulatory requirements, but also positions GAC as a leader in both sustainable ground and air mobility. The Greater Bay Area, one of the most densely populated and economically dynamic regions on the planet, is projected to attract investment in advanced air mobility exceeding $2 billion United States dollars within the next 4 years. GAC is determined to seize the lion's share of this market. Yet the road, or rather the sky, to urban air mobility is strewn with formidable obstacles. Foremost among them, regulation. Airworthiness certification for eVTOLs in China will only begin in earnest next year, with aviation authorities insisting on the most rigorous safety and reliability standards. The Civil Aviation Administration of China, or GAC, is closely examining every aspect of these new vehicles, from mechanical redundancy to emergency protocols. And this is not just a Chinese issue. Regulators from the European Union Aviation Safety Agency to the Federal Aviation Administration in the United States are also racing to develop certification frameworks. For instance, Volocopter recently secured design organization approval from the EASA, marking a critical milestone for European eVTOL operations. Robin Riedel, mobility expert at McKinsey, cautions that urban air mobility faces significant hurdles, including noise pollution, safety concerns, and high costs, before it can achieve widespread adoption. Sergey Young, writing in Forbes, echoes this. While flying cars will revolutionize transportation, robust infrastructure and effective regulations are critical prerequisites. These concerns are not theoretical. Any high-profile accident or security breach could set the industry back by years or even decades by eroding public trust. Public acceptance is a wild card. Will people feel comfortable with autonomous flying vehicles buzzing overhead, or will fear of malfunctions, accidents, and even hacking undermine adoption? Anna Dietrich of SAE International is clear. Standardizing safety protocols is crucial for building public trust in air mobility. Without widespread confidence in reliability and the perceived value of time saved, adoption will stall. As an Oliver Wyman report highlights, success hinges on 3 pillars: safety, affordability, and demonstrable benefits in daily life. Noise pollution is another pressing issue. Imagine hundreds or even thousands of aircabs humming above the city at all hours. Without strict regulations and major breakthroughs in acoustic engineering, the urban soundscape could be dramatically altered, potentially triggering resistance from residents. Urban planners and city governments must grapple with integrating new air corridors, vertiports, and maintenance hubs into already crowded metropolitan environments. The South China Morning Post recently noted that deploying flying cars in Hong Kong, given its ultra-compact geography and dense high-rise clusters, poses unique logistical and regulatory challenges not seen in sprawling cities. Affordability remains a significant question mark. While the AirCab's price of just under 1.7 million yuan is far less than the multi-million-dollar tickets charged by some competitors, it is still out of reach for the average commuter. The promise of mass adoption hinges on the successful rollout of pilot programs, public-private partnerships, and innovative business models, such as ride-sharing fleets and air taxi services, that can distribute costs and make flying taxis accessible to a much broader swath of the population. The ultimate vision: air mobility as an affordable, publicly available utility, not just a luxury for the ultra-wealthy. Market competition is heating up. In China, rivals like Xpeng Aero-HT are racing to scale production of their own hybrid electric vehicle and eVTOL concepts by 2026. Internationally, Joby Aviation is collaborating with SK Telecom to launch air taxi services in South Korea, targeting a rollout by 2026. Archer Aviation completed its first transition flight with the Maker demonstrator in 2024, while EHang secured type certification for its EH216S from Chinese regulators in 2023. This is an industry in hyper-growth mode, with innovators worldwide pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Let's talk numbers. Globally, the electric aircraft market is expected to reach nearly $37 billion United States dollars by the year 2030. In the Greater Bay Area alone, advanced air mobility is forecasted to draw $2 billion United States dollars in investment by 2028. GAC's rollout of 300 superfast charging stations in Hong Kong by the close of 2028 is just one piece of a vast infrastructure puzzle. To support this ecosystem, the company is actively exploring partnerships with local mobility providers, aiming to integrate air and ground transport within a unified digital platform. The GAC Owner app, launched first in Hong Kong, is a key plank in this strategy, promising seamless vehicle management for users and direct feedback channels for the brand. There's also the cross-border dimension. Thanks to new policies like northbound travel for Hong Kong vehicles, GAC is building out a service network that will allow vehicles, including flying cars, to operate seamlessly between Hong Kong and mainland China. Certification services are being expanded to ensure that cross-border travel is not just possible, but hassle-free. The prospect of flying from Hong Kong to Shenzhen in under 15 minutes, free from highway bottlenecks and border congestion, is fast becoming reality. So, what does all this mean for you? The story of the GOVY AirCab is not just about sci-fi gadgets. It's about how cities, governments, and businesses are reimagining the way people move, work, and live. If you live in a major city, this technology could soon reshape your daily commute, transform your city's skyline, and redefine your sense of distance and freedom. For many, the prospect of skipping the endless lines of taxis in a rainstorm and instead soaring over the city to reach your destination in minutes is nothing short of revolutionary. For students, engineers, entrepreneurs, and urban planners, the flying car revolution is a golden opportunity. Battery innovation, airspace management, digital infrastructure, and policymaking are all fields wide open to new talent and bold ideas. Ernst & Young notes that GAC's aggressive investment in research and development will drive innovation throughout the sector, while Forrester Research points to GAC's leadership in new energy vehicle technology as a bellwether for China's broader automotive transformation. Whether you dream of designing the next generation of aircraft, coding autonomous flight control systems, or navigating the complexities of urban policy, now is the time to get involved. Yet it's important to keep expectations grounded. As experts from McKinsey and Deloitte emphasize, the ultimate success of urban air mobility depends on a delicate balancing act between cutting-edge technology, effective policy, and genuine public trust. If any one of these elements falters, whether due to a technical failure, regulatory misstep, or negative public perception, the entire project could stall. Even with rapid progress, the path forward will be incremental: pilot operations, regulatory approvals, and gradual scaling, rather than an overnight revolution. The next 5 to 10 years are critical. Pilot programs will expand, building out the first urban air mobility networks and refining safety and operational protocols. Over the following decade, advancements in battery energy density and autonomous systems could enable longer-range flights, potentially transforming not only cities, but entire metropolitan regions. Looking 20 years ahead, it's possible to imagine a world where fully autonomous flying cars are a routine part of daily life, seamlessly integrated with ground transport and even the broader Internet of Things. But this future will require navigating complex ethical, security, and environmental challenges. And here's an exclusive insight. While the world's eyes are fixed on the GOVY AirCab's debut in Hong Kong, GAC is quietly piloting cross-border mobility solutions that could connect entire city clusters across the Pearl River Delta. The vision is bold, commuting from Hong Kong to Guangzhou, or even beyond, in mere minutes. No more highway gridlock, no more long waits at border checkpoints. The groundwork is being laid now, with digital infrastructure, certification services, and new regulatory frameworks all moving into place. So, is the world finally ready for flying cars? Or will old fears, regulatory inertia, and new technical challenges keep us grounded for another century? The answer is still up in the air. What's clear is that we are witnessing the first real steps: pilot flights, industry partnerships, and mass market ambitions toward a future that was once the stuff of dreams. The sky, quite literally, might be the limit. What's your take? Are you